perception is reality. Definitely a spot on topic here. And Vivien, I know that you decided to kind of switch the project focus of this to vocal variety. And that was actually probably a good choice because it is something that definitely came out and you were able to express. I think it's an important tool. And especially because one of the things that you stressed in your talk, and I think it definitely is something we would agree with more and more, is the more it's conversational, the more the audience is going to become involved. Now, I think there was a little bit of discussion of, well, what if your audience is just 3 people, or it's 300 people, or 3,000 people? What if you're just on television and you're not necessarily going to know who's there? I think all of us, anytime we've watched, for example, a panel discussion on TV, the more animated the participants are in interacting with each other. I can speak for myself, and others would agree, the more engaged you are. I don't know if you'd watch programs like, The View or Face the Nation, whatever. Conversation draws people in. Now, you didn't really have an opportunity in this particular speech, or take it to engage anyone in the online audience here or, within Zoom, but that's okay because you brought out some really key points and some great suggestions. I like the way you talked about, when you're practicing your speech, to make it conversational, record yourself, see how you're coming across. Now, having chosen vocal variety as a focal point here, I'll comment on that. Your vocal variety is in, I think, a lot of your speeches, and it certainly comes across that you've been in the newscasting area. You've got some great variety. Your voice is easy to listen to. You have inflections. I think one thing maybe is at some points to add a little bit more pauses or slow the rate sometimes. It's something maybe I'd like to see in some of the speeches, but overall, it's definitely conversational. It's interactive. It keeps the audience, and you've got great humor weaved together with that. A couple of things that just as suggestions is, one is you mentioned that you decided not to use the visual to allow the vocal variety to be kind of more the focus of attention. That's okay, but I always think of visual and vocal as going together, unless we're talking to somebody, for example, on the phone, because we do, and we don't have an image to deal with, then vocal variety is all that much more important. So you might want to try that maybe with the speech being there. The other thing I was just briefly suggest is it kind of dragged a little bit at the end, and maybe would have wrapped it up more quickly and strongly with perception is reality. Keep it at that. But overall, great job. It always is to listen to you and look forward to the next project. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, sir. Always appreciated. Well-rounded evaluation. All right. Does anyone